What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $738 on the day. Uh, it's only 12:45, so a nice day for sure. Kind of a crazy day for me. I actually was up $700 very early on the day, lost most of it, all but maybe 80 bucks, and then got it all back on my last trade. We'll go over those trades real quick. Um, what the trade that lost it all for me was basically just a really bad fill. So out of the gates, MOSY was one of them that I was watching. It was on the gap scanner. It was jumping up off after good earnings. So I was watching this one. I got in at 9:41. Where are you at? Let's find you. All right. So there's the open right here. So 9:41. I bought 2,000 shares at 9:41, looking for a little bit of a break. You kind of see that right here, a little high day break. Then it popped up, came right back down, and I doubled my position thinking this this 190 level was going to break and go towards $2. So I had it for my first entry at 185, second entry 189. It popped over 190, and once it popped over 190, I'm looking forward to move towards 2 pretty quickly. Kind of like the moth to the flames kind of thing. Well, that didn't happen, and when I saw that that wasn't going to happen, I started to sell. So I sold um, my first half at 192 for a 8-cent win, and my second half at 191, all within basically 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So a 2-cent win on that one. So nice little win to start the day on my first trade. FENG, this one I actually had on my swing trade watch list, and it knocked it out of the park. I had this one on Sunday. I said it's forming a wedge pattern on the daily chart, and look for the breakout. And it broke to the upside today, and I think part of that was obviously for the earnings report they had. But anyway, I day traded it today on a 5-minute setup. So we had this nice move here, pull back candle, pull back candle right here, and I was going to play the first candle over candle. And I actually got in early. I got in early right here because I anticipated what I was looking at is higher lows being made on the 1-minute chart. You kind of see that right here. So every time it dipped down, there's one dip, there's two dips, and there's three dips. Every time it dipped down, the dip got higher and higher and higher, meaning, all right, it's ready to go. So I went long 2,000 shares right inside this candle right here at 641, and looking for the break of 645 to correlate with the 5-minute chart. We got that. Once 645 broke, 650 broke, and got the pop I was looking for, and I sold at 654. Nice win there, 13 cents on 2,000 shares. CCCL, this is a China stock. If you've been living under a rock, the low float China stocks, it's like one a day, one will just rip out of nowhere. Well, today it was CCCL. When I saw it hit the scanners and I saw that chat rooms were starting to be aware of it, I went long. It's a name I've played in the past, so I'm very familiar with it. Whenever they went nutso before, I can't remember, but it has a history of making pops and drops, and I wanted to get it on the pop, so I went long. When I heard the chat rooms were getting into it that I subscribed to, pretty crappy fills, a little bit of chasing, to be honest, but I took 4,000 shares with an average of around 229, and I sold at basically 236 average out of this pop here. It ended up going towards high day as 360, but you know, again, the reason why I scalp it is because it's up on no news. It's just running because it's a Chinese stock, right? And it could drop anytime. So I'm taking my profit, moving on. I did try the 5-minute play on this one. It didn't do anything for me. I went long for the break of 294, and I just stopped out for a minus 1 cent loss on this. It didn't get going fast enough for me when I was in it. It looked like it was going to fall apart, so it stopped me out before it actually broke $3 again to give you the candle over candle. So the candle over candle play did work out. It just stopped me out before it happened. OSN, this one was popping up for no reason that I could find. I don't know if it's a paid pump or not, but I went short. Um, I went short 1036 for the candle under candle play. So you can kind of see that drop, bear flag, drop, bear flag, drop. And that's what I was playing. This candle under candle in the 5 minute. Had a pattern going on, and I was just following that pattern. I went short. I got filled kind of low at 280, and I had a nice win on it. It dropped down to 270. Where are you at? Right here. It dropped down to 270. I was thinking, should I cover? Should I cover? Should I cover? And I didn't cover. Someone else did, and it shot all the way up to 290. So I was stuck holding this for quite some time, and at that point, I just wanted to get out. I didn't care what the price was as long as I could hold and just be even. And that's what I did. I ended up covering right here for basically break even. MOSY, this one was another 5 minute play that I was trying to play. You can see the pop here, pullback candles, and this candle gave us a nice setup going into this one for a 5 minute candle over candle play for continuation back up. So I got in a little early, thinking that if 175 would break, we would get the break of 178 as, moth to the flames kind of thing. Well, we got up to 177, 178, or 177, and the volume just stopped. Well, I was like, well, the heck with that. You can kind of see that right here. We got up to 177, and the volume stopped, and it couldn't find the buyers to get it past 178. You need buyers to move the stock up. So when I saw that no buyers there to move the stock up, I sold, and I got a crap fill, but it dropped me 3 cents, and as you can see, everyone else flushed out. I went down to 159 here, so ended up losing $60 on that trade. I did try to play it again for the same exact play right here, moving up, moving up, moving up, and it looked like it wasn't going to do it, and it stopped me out right here in this drop, and then right after it stopped me out, it got the move I was looking for. So, what can you do? I was keeping my losses real tight and, played it, moved on. VICL, this one was a 13G filing. One of the officers bought a ton of shares and low float stock, hit my scanners as well. I bought it, I think inside this candle right here. No, inside this candle right here. And as soon as I bought, someone sold a crap ton of shares, 80,000 or 70,000 shares, and killed the momentum of the stock. And at that point, I'm just like, oh my gosh, if it breaks below the point where it was when the news hit, then that's definitely a stop for me. So as soon as it looked like it was coming back down to that level, I sold. 3 cent loss on this. It could have been way worse, and I was just happy to get out after that. CVS is where I really just got beat up on this stock, right? And so WBA at the same exact time, Walgreens, had a huge spike out of nowhere. Let's find that spike. Where are you at? Here it is. Had a huge spike out of nowhere, right? On pretty good volume. So I was like, okay, maybe CVS will do the exact same thing. And it did. It popped up, and I was hoping we'd get to the VWAP and maybe a little bit over. But as soon as it popped up, and as soon as I bought, which was at the top, top ticked it. I was half a penny away from top ticking it. As soon as I bought, they dropped it all the way down to 70.11 on me. I was like, are you kidding me? And then it started to go candle under candle. I'm just like, come on. So I bit the bullet, got out, 70.07. Guess what? Almost bottom ticked that one because now it decided to move up from there, and real sore about that one. But I ended up giving away about $400 on that trade. That one hurt for sure. But then my redemption happened. Roku. This one way overextended on the day. Okay, so they're IPO'd. The highest it got was 23 bucks, right? And the next day it went to 29, 30, and then it kind of just sold off from there until their earnings report, which sent this thing into the stratosphere. It's a low float stock, so it's gonna move fast. It's being such a big name company, and this thing has been just ridiculous recently. It's a company that has a ton of debt, and they haven't made a dollar yet. They're giving it a market cap of, $750 million. I don't know. It just seems way overdone. And then Oppenheimer today came out with some news that they are lowering they're downgrading the stock and giving it a price target of $28. Well, when that happened, I'll show you where that happened. Boom, happened right here. And I heard the news right here. I went short immediately, 44.50. Surprisingly, it didn't fall. It took about 2 minutes for it to get some momentum to head down. Finally, it started to head down, and since at this time I was only 80 bucks on the day. I was up 700, gave it all back. The CVS one really hurt, and so if I was still up $700, I probably would still be holding this short because way overextended on the daily chart. It needs to come back down, and sure enough, it did start moving back down. I was gonna just hold for the break of $44. I got that right here. Get the break of 44, and I covered for about, what is that? 70 cents, 75-cent win on 1,000 shares, so around 700 bucks or so, 750 bucks. Nice win, brings me to my total on the day, $738. So I'm gonna call it there. Gotta run some errands today, so but a nice win for sure. And as you can see, it is just completely tanked since that exit there. So nice win. Could have been bigger, but I'm not trying to go for home runs. Well, that was a home run in my book, but not trying to hold this. I'm just trying to get my money, move on, and not give it back. So if you have any questions on my trading style, please come into my free Discord chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, just go into the description down below and you will see a link for my Discord chat. If you're watching this in stock Twitch, just go to my profile and you'll see a link for my free Discord chat in there as well. So also, if you're interested in any of the subscription services that I personally subscribe to, a link for those are in the description down below as well. And I know a lot of you have signed up for that recently, and I appreciate that. All right, I will see you in the next video.